As Napoleon Hill characterizes it, our brains are broadcasting and receiving stations for thought. And we use these thoughts to achieve amazing levels of awareness. Did you know that it's determined that there are approximately 10 billion to 14 billion nerve cells in the human cerebral cortex? That's just in the cerebral cortex. And that these are actually arranged in a specific pattern? Well, if you think about the magnitude of this, it's practically inconceivable that such an intricate network of machinery was put within you merely to control your day-to-day physical function. Similar to radio station, our brains are capable of picking up vibrations of thought which are being released by other brains. As I've talked about in other levels, you, and this includes your brain, has its own frequency, and it's unique. This frequency, when attuned with other people, or even a number of people, has incalculable value in helping you to create everything you want to achieve. Just as your brain can be relaxed through visual meditation and proved through the studies conducted at the University of Moscow, your brain can be stimulated to an opposite, and that means more far-reaching. When your brain frequency is stimulated or stepped up, as Napoleon Hill describes it, to a high rate of vibration, your mind becomes more receptive to the vibration of thought that reaches it through ether or atmosphere from outside sources. This stimulation takes place through positive or even negative emotions. So again, you have to make sure that you use this power for good by stimulating and backing it with positive thoughts and emotions. It's because it's through these emotions that your vibrations of thought can be increased. Vibrations of an exceedingly high rate are only vibrations picked up and carried through the ether from one brain to another. Your thoughts already travel at a high rate of vibration. However, they can be stimulated and stepped up through any major emotion. As you increase the rate of your vibrational frequency, your thoughts can be broadcasted from one brain to another. I know it sounds kind of crazy, but it's true. And you may have guessed it by now, but the emotion of sex, aka sexual transmutation, or vairagya as we've been learning, is at the head of the list of human emotions for intensity and driving force. Sexual transmutation helps stimulate your brain to such a pitch that your creative imagination is highly receptive to ideas and also gives your own ideas the feeling. And it's that feeling that's essential for your own brain to pick up thought and pass it along to your subconscious mind. As humans, we rely heavily on our physical senses. The problem is, in doing this, you limit your knowledge to what you can see, touch, hear, smell, and taste. If you haven't learned about it by now, your other, higher self is much more powerful than your physical self. Going beyond your five senses and tapping into your sixth sense allows you to tap into what Napoleon Hill called the door to the temple of wisdom. This is the portion of your subconscious mind that is referred to as creative imagination. It is also referred to as the receiver set, like in the radio analogy. It's kind of like where your creative hunches or inspirations arise. Now, I'd love to be able to rationally and scientifically explain your sixth sense. However, the truth is, it defies scientific description. That said, some of the greatest scientists, leaders, and inventors of our time have grasped an understanding, not to mention use, of the sixth sense. Thomas Edison understood and used the sixth sense when he developed inventions, especially when they involved concepts where he had no previous human experience or accumulated knowledge to help him. Nearly all the great physical and spiritual leaders, such as Buddha and Gandhi, understood and made use of the sixth sense. An understanding of the sixth sense is only going to come through repeatedly applying techniques contained within Project Yourself, the meditations, the exercises, the learnings, and the practices that consistently enable you to tap into your higher self and the universal vibrational frequency that surrounds you. It is only by understanding yourself others, and the laws of nature, physics, spirit, and the cosmos, that you will become familiar with your sixth sense, and you will be able to attain it to achieve true happiness. Getting past being tied to your physical limitations and moving into the realm of the sixth sense brings with it an entirely new level of powers. Here you are stepping into the realm of tapping into divine powers and becoming truly superhuman. And hey, who doesn't want divine superhuman powers? We were all born with them. In fact, every single scripture in the past says that all the ancient gods and all these ancient legends and myths had supernatural powers. But the one thing that they said was that we, as humans, can do it too and become greater creatures as well. So in level 3, we talked about the 8 siddhis, or powers that lie within us. These are the powers of smallness, bigness, heaviness, creativity, godliness, subjugation, fulfilling the objective, and willfulness. And these are all laying dormant within us, just waiting to be accessed and activated. Napoleon Hill believed that powers beyond even the scope of these 8 siddhis existed. As Hill shared, clairvoyance and mental telepathy are proven powers available to each person who knows how to use their minds to achieve their desires. At the beginning of the first level of Project Yourself, you are asked to create and associate to your avatar. This avatar possesses the characteristics, traits, and quality you desired. These were probably based around physical appearances and maybe even in some cases mental capabilities. Well, now it's time to take your avatar to the next level. Take out your project book and reassociate with your avatar. What does he or she look like and sound like? What traits and qualities have you associated with him or her? Write down the most detailed description that you can here. Now, take a moment and really think about your description of your avatar. Are the traits and qualities that you wrote down ones that you wished you possessed yourself? Well, guess what? Surprise! In reality, this avatar is you. It's your higher self. So take this exercise one step further, beyond your 5 senses, and tap into your 6th sense. Dive deeply into the recesses of your mind, into your subconscious and creative imagination, and identify what superpower or divine power lies dormant within you. And you know this. What power would you want, whether it's mind-bending or teleportation or telepathy? Whatever it is you want, think about that. Are you like Magneto with the ability to generate and control magnetic fields? Or Phoenix, like from the X-Men, who possesses telekinesis or telepathy? Or perhaps you're more like Professor X, the world's most powerful telepath, capable of astral projection, mind control, illusion casting, memory manipulation, and like psychic blasts. You see, what is still laying dormant within you? What is the power that you need? Now, feel free to talk about anything that your 6th sense tells you. Write it down. I know it may sound crazy, but these are the powers that you have lying dormant within you that you can activate at this level and turn on. Write this down in your project book. This time, write down the description in the first person, such as I am. Look, it's time to detach from your current reality that is holding you back. Believe that this new reality will give you everything that you want to create. Even access the superpowers lying dormant within you. This is it. This is the area where it happens.